One of the biggest pieces of advice that I wish I could tell my younger self is to diversify your portfolio. And I do not mean to go and get a manager and diversify your financial assets. What I mean is to set yourself up as a woman where you have so many categories that you can win in, that if one or two of them are not working out, you're not going to completely crumble and think, oh my God, nothing's going right for me. Work on your higher self, work on your physical body, work on your career, work on your education, and work on your love life. Diversify areas that you can win in so that when one isn't working out, who cares? You got 10 other ones.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omaomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are looking at some of the advice that older women have for younger women. So let's check out what some older women have to tell younger women so that their life will be more fulfilling, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
I'm 53, and if you're younger than me, I hope you've already learned this. If not, please listen. Start paying attention only to how your life feels to you, and forget completely about how it looks to others. It only matters how it feels to you. And if you want to protect your peace, that's what you have to do. Don't accept things you know you don't stand for. Don't make yourself smaller for anyone. And consider your thoughts. Every single day, consider your thoughts. Because the life you have right now today is an exact reflection of what you were thinking about 5 years ago.
I don't think so.
Look around. It was all a thought that you had at some point. Protect your peace, protect your thoughts. Don't let anyone matter more than you do to yourself. And that's a harsh statement. Your family would disagree. Your spouse might disagree. Your kids might disagree. Your coworkers might disagree. But you are the only person who is going to advocate for you. Make choices every single day that reflect who you truly are and who you truly want to be. And if the choice that you're considering doesn't match that, stay true to you. You'll be so much happier.
Seeing this trend on the Clock app, and I gotta tap in. So here's 3 pieces of advice for 30-year-olds from a 40-year-old. Well, technically 41. 1, choose yourself.
Everybody keeps saying that.
As girls, we are taught to put everybody and their mama before us. And that becomes a really sick cycle of denying yourself, repressing yourself, and betraying yourself over time. I have a mentor who says, choosing yourself is choosing God. So choose God by choosing yourself. Now, family, church, and society did not make that easy for you, so I understand it's going to take some practical tools and tips to actually get that going. So here's number 2. Heal your codependency. When people hear codependency, they tend to think, oh, it's, you're super clingy or you get attached easily, or no, codependency expresses itself in trying to control others. It expresses itself in trying to rescue others. It expresses itself in you jumping in when people didn't even ask for your help. And next thing you know, you help them. They're in a better position. You're worse off, and they don't even say thank you. So now you resent them for it, but they never asked you for help.
Okay, I had to stop that because, oh my goodness, what she just said. The number 2 was literally me. Literally me. Like, oh my goodness, that is literally me. Like, I would sacrifice myself for something, for people, and then when they are better off, they are like, who told you that I needed you to? Who did I ask for your help? Something like that. Did I ask for your help? Did I ask for you to just take up the need to help me? And I've been thinking about it that I want to like restrict or streamline how I do that. I like some days I want to like do something for somebody. I'm like, wait, this person did not ask for your opinion, did not ask for your help. Why are you feeling the need to jump in? And you might eventually get the person, and that kind of person usually will tell you, I did not tell you to help me, or begin to attack you for trying to help them. So I've been trying a lot when I feel the need that I want to do something. I'm like, no, sit back, enjoy yourself. So her saying it is now making me feel like, okay, there are others like me, and you have to like learn how to not be codependent. It's just amazing how she said it, because I'm like, does she know me? Does she know that that's what I do and what I've been trying to stop? Oh, this is just amazing.
In the first place, whose block am I on? And so it's important to understand, one, what codependency is, and two, to honor that we have all been conditioned to be codependent, whether it's family, church, society. You know, they're the unholy trinity as far as I'm concerned. The third piece of advice is to decolonize your faith, your religion, your spirituality, your spiritual practices. Chances are, if you grew up in this country, especially if you're Black, you have some encounter with the Christian church. Decolonize your Christianity, babes. The way that colonized Christianity has ransacked women's self-esteem, our sense of self-worth. The fact of the matter is, you are created in the image and likeness of God, and God rejoices over you with singing, and doesn't just rejoice over your servitude parts or your self-denial, but over your pleasure, over your body, all of your body. So yeah, beloved ones, those are my 3 pieces of advice. Above all else, love yourself. So trust me, there's plenty more where that came from. So if you want to hear more tips, more advice from a 41-year-old for 30-somethings, like and follow for more.
Are you a young woman in your 30s? If you are, take some time and stop and listen to me just for a minute or two. I'll be 60 this summer, and I clearly, distinctly remember being 30, and it went just like that. It went so fast. So if you're in your 30s, I want you to listen to 3 things that will help you so that you can really, truly enjoy being 60. This sprinkle and all of the stuff that you hear on the internet, that might not be your retirement plan. So even if you're with a man, you need to have your own money. Second thing is move your body. Make sure that you are 100% taking care of yourself in your 30s. And the less you move in your 30s, the less you're going to move when you're older.
Yikes.
You only get one body, and you need to take care
I
of it.
need to start moving.
Don't think just because you're 30 and you can eat whatever you want and do whatever you want, that's going to sustain you well into your 60s. Get into therapy. Don't just work on your physical, but work on your mental. There is nothing worse than an old, bitter, 60-year-old woman that has never dealt with her childhood wounds or her traumas. Those are the older women that you see on this app or even in your own families, and their spirits are just in chaos. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why they're that way, and it's because they went through their whole lives not dealing with issues. So don't become that woman, because once you're 60, it's a lot more difficult.
That's true.
Have conversations with God. Find some gratitude. Talk to him. He's always right there with you. But sit down and have conversations with him and let him know where you're at and where you want to be, and pray, not just for yourself, but those around you. And I get it, not everybody's religious, but whatever spiritual realm that you are in, Find it so that you're centered and hold on to that well into your older age. It's never too late to start, but financial health, mental health, physical health, and spiritual health is all that you need to carry you through life's challenges. And I'm here to tell you from experience, if you want to be happy and healthy during your older years, start now. Remember those things.
Start now.
Some hard truths from a 53-year-old. People who are not treating you well are not going to treat you any better if you work harder. There is never, ever a perfect time to do the thing that you want to do, because we are not going to live forever. Your body is definitely going to repay you for how you treat it when you're young.
My
Please
goodness.
stop hiding your age, because we're all really lucky to be getting older.
That's true.
Nothing is as important as any of us are making it, so stop making big issues over small things. When you have conflict with someone, 9 times out of 10, that person's already told you who they are. People you're surrounding yourself with will always impact how you're showing up in the world.
Take this advice from an old woman. You'll be 10 times happier if you forgive your parents for their mistakes and start living life for yourself. Forget all the baggage. Don't take the baggage with you. Move on and have a fabulous day.
For all the beautiful girlies turning 30 this year, I just want to give you a reminder that this is exactly where you're supposed to be. Your life currently, as it is, it's exactly where it's supposed to be and nowhere else. Embrace this moment, because you're about to enter your 30s, and I'm telling you, you're going to be so much more confident. You're going to have way more money. You're going to be telling people no way more often. You're going to speak your mind more. You're going to own your truth more. And guess what? You're going to eliminate the people that are not for you much quicker, and you're going to meet the people that are for you much faster. You're going to start going to therapy if you haven't already done so. And when you get to therapy, you're going to realize just how much more healing is required for you to navigate your 30s. And then you're going to be so happy that you didn't make any shitty decisions in your 20s that you now have to correct or live with in your 30s. Your 30s is going to be the time of your life where you get to travel the world, that you get to meet the amazing people that you want. If you are not married, if you don't have any kids, this is the period of your life where you're going to prepare for those things. If you're not in your ideal career, this is the period of your life where you're going to prepare for that career. If you don't have the best friendships, this is the period of your life where you're going to prepare for those friendships. So please, I'm just giving you the encouragement to know that this next decade is going to be the best. I'm telling you, it's much better. You, like, the amount of love you have for yourself is so much more. You will still make some mistakes along the way, but you bounce back so much more quickly. You will give your heart just as you did before, but you're going to be a little bit more cautious. You're going to use more discernment. You get better. You get better at all of this. So please, don't feel too overwhelmed. Don't get too anxious, and don't feel like you need to be doing something that you are not prepared for. You needed to get through the 20s in order to get to the 30s, because guess what? You're going to be ready. You're going to be prepared. And this is what all of your 20s was about.
For those of you entering your 40s or 50s or even 60s, feeling like you're experiencing a midlife crisis, this isn't a crisis. This is a period of you waking up. Waking up to realizing that everything that you've been doing up until this point has been getting you further and further away from your true self. You might be questioning the way you've been brought up and those limiting beliefs that you've been carrying around that are now feeling heavy and restrictive, unbalanced, unaligned, and disconnected from what your real values are. So if everything that you've been doing up until this point now feels unaligned, it's telling you that it's time to take a new path. You may have been going around feeling like a helpless child or like a reckless teenager. After so many years of this lack of control in your life, now you're yearning for that inner authority to come forth. Either you stay doing what you've always been doing and getting what you've always been getting, or you start doing things differently. You show up differently. You're doing things that you've never done before. You're discovering things you've never discovered before. The biggest of those things is discovering yourself, your worth, your purpose, your true, authentic self. Your there's a calling, a yearning, this urge to find out who you really are and what you're really capable of. And so to others, this might appear to be a crisis when really you're entering into a major transformational phase. This is a sign that you're coming out of your trauma response way of responding to the world and ready to embrace the present moment and what it has to offer.
For all my girlies, all my younger women, all my younger ladies, here is some advice about men from an older woman. If you're an older woman watching, go ahead and drop your advice in the comments too. If you're a female creator, feel free to go ahead and stitch this. You are getting the best version of him in that first 3 months.
Huh?
So if it isn't great then, don't expect anything better later.
Ow.
If he wants to pay, let him. If he wants to buy it for you, let him. When it comes to gifts, always ask for jewelry. Always have your own money so you can have legs to walk at any time.
True.
If he cheated on you once, he will cheat on you again and again and again. He isn't getting rid of any of his vices or addictions until he is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Not when it's time to settle down, not when it's time to have kids, not for anyone else. If he's a shitty boyfriend, he's going to be an even shittier husband. And then finally, if he isn't actively trying to move to the next step of the relationship, it's because he doesn't want to. So don't see that as an opportunity to use your best sales skills and pitch him.
What would I tell my 40-year-old self? Jesus Christ, I don't know if I have enough memory in my phone to cover all that, but let's give it a try. Know your worth. There were so many times that I accepted things and people, positions, assignments, all kinds of things I accepted because I didn't realize my value and my worth and who I was as a person. There's a TikTok video that used to go around. There's a trend. I can't remember whose voice it was, but it says, just remember that you're the prize. And that's something that did not resonate with me until much later in life. So if I were to look back and tell my 40-year-old self something, I would definitely tell myself to know your worth. Look at yourself and recognize your value, and not just your physical strength, but your emotional strengths, your family, friends, the people that you have around you. Everything that you are is a complete package. Recognize who you are. And increase the contributions to your retirement. Nobody wants to be working until they're 70 or 80 years old, or maybe some people do, but I know that I don't. And one of the things that I would have told myself is to be a little more aggressive in saving for my retirement. I always have kept retirement in mind and was very astute about saving, but if I could go back, I definitely would have taken a bigger risk and saved more money when I was 40. Don't be afraid to take chances. Create that brand, sell those t-shirts, write that book. Introduce yourself to that person that happens to be in the same room as you that you've been admiring or following forever. Do not be afraid of taking chances and risks and doing something different. You never know what doors will open up for you. I know a lot of times we have a tendency to be afraid of things, myself included, but if I had to go back and tell my 40-year-old self something, I would have told myself to start writing and publishing my books and doing everything that I'm trying to do now 10 years ago. Learn how to forgive yourself and other people and move on. We are human beings and we are bound to make mistakes. It's going to happen. We make mistakes, other people will make mistakes, but we don't have to hold ourselves and other people to the fire for the rest of our eternal lives. We can forgive people and move on. We can apologize to people and move on. That means apologizing to people when we've wronged them. That means apologizing to people when we've hurt them. That also means apologizing to people when we've hurt them unintentionally. If you haven't worn it in 2 years or more, get rid of it. Get rid of it and move on. If you haven't worn it in 2 years, you're not gonna wear it. Get rid of it. If you're the most accomplished, you have the best job, you're the most educated, if you top all the boxes at the top of the list and you're higher than everybody in your friend group, it's time to expand your friend group.
Why?
You're gonna expire before the age of 25. By the age of 35, literally no man's gonna want you. Let's talk about why this is the biggest load of BS. So my mutual Cecilia Regina, who I'm tagging below, they're doing a series this week on how when it comes to the wealthiest men in the world, older women are the prize. And I'd just like to add some more examples to this conversation. So one of the examples that Cecilia gave was Jeff Bezos, who's arguably the wealthiest man in the world. And his current fiance, Lauren Sanchez, who's 53. Dr. Moyo, who was 50 when she married her billionaire husband. Melody Hobson, who was 44 when she married her billionaire husband, George Lucas. So far, what do we have in common? Intelligence, drive, and success. I'd also like to add Amal Clooney, who was 36 years old when she married actor George Clooney. Serena Williams was 36 when she married her Reddit co-founder and billionaire husband, Alexis Ohanian. Now, if we're talking about the highest echelons of society, you want to get down to royalty? No further than Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. She literally married Prince Maximilian of Liechtenstein when she was 41 years old. 41 people! And she did not give birth to Prince Alphonse until she was 42 years old. She met Prince Maximilian at a party because she was in the right circles. She was a highly accomplished fashion designer. She went to Parsons, and she was in the right rooms. And even more famously, we have Meghan Markle, who was 36 when she married Prince Harry, and didn't have Prince Archie until she was 37. When it comes to success, a lot of these people didn't meet until their mid-30s at the earliest, once they started to reap the benefits of their years of work. All these women are highly accomplished, intelligent women who stand on their own. So when society is saying that women expire at a certain age, ask yourself, does society have it together? Is society doing so great? You're going to expire before the age of 25. By the age of 35, literally no man's going to want you. Let's talk about
39, never married, and no kids, and everything that she says in that video is spot on. If you are over 35 and seeing this, you are not too late. I manifested my man at the ripe age of 38 years old, and I want you to know there's still good men out here for you too. I love you so much.
That was very insightful. They were dropping a lot of truth, a lot of advice that I think I'm going to write down some of them so that I don't forget, because if I think I'm listening to it and I will remember all the time, I think I will write it down somewhere and put it up somewhere so that I remind myself. Financial health, physical health, mental health, I really need to work on those. And I also have to work on the fact that I need to take chances. Now, recently I took a big step, and taking that step, I will not lie, I was scared, but I knew that taking the step, and if I succeed at what I want to do, it's going to change my life forever. It's going to change my life positively. So I don't want to think about 4 years from now and I'm saying why didn't I take that step? I would be in a much better place like this. But I just decided I'm going to take it now. Scared, I'm going to do all that I need to do. I'm going to put in the work, and by God's grace, it's going to be a success. So even though I am afraid, I'm going to work at it and be aggressive at it. So the ladies talking about being aggressive, doing things, taking chances, taking steps that might seem scary. She just spoke to me and just made it a confirmation that the step I've taken that is scary is actually the right one for me to do at this point in time. So I'm really grateful. I'm really happy that I did this video, because it actually has reminded me of some things that I'd forgotten about. And like I said, I'm going to write down some of the points that they've made, and hopefully I put it up somewhere where every day I see it and I'm reminded to be bold, take chances, do things to make my future self happy. Now, some of them were talking about your 30s might be the life that you want and everything, and I'm just thinking about my 30s that it was not the best in my own opinion, because I lost my mom, I lost my grandmother. Everything is just my 30s just reminds me of loss. And I don't know, I never envisioned that I would lose my grandmother and my mom in my 30s. I think most of the time I'll be thinking maybe when I'm in my 40s, in my 50s. But anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to get older. So hopefully I would get back on track, because I lost track of things after my mom and my grandmother left. But I will try to get back on track, and hopefully, like I said, I'll write the things that you've said and maybe remind myself daily that I need to do things to make my life look better. Anyway, I don't know what you guys think about the advice that some of these women gave. Was there anything that resonated with you? Have you implemented some of these things and see results? I would love to hear your own thoughts. I would love to hear your own opinion. I would love to hear what you think about everything that has been said in this video. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.